This is about half of the oranges that I have picked this year from that beautiful tree. And this came out to 10 kilos, 780 grams. So I'm going to say that this year we had about 20 kilos of navel oranges from my small tree. Hey, good afternoon. I'd like to show you guys something. Do you see this tree? I picked it clean today. Yep, it was full of navel oranges. It looks like a bush, right? Well, it had on it as many oranges as this Valencia tree right next to it. Let's go down and I'll show you how tall it really is. Here you go. The phone is at my head height. This is the height of the tree. Yep, I am taller than the tree. Well, maybe not. There's this one branch here. But for the most part, I am taller than this beautiful, beautiful tree. So why am I taller than this beautiful tree? Well, as you can see from its main branch, at some point the main branch started falling over. Why? Because it had fruit on it. And so it just bent over. And I allowed it to bend over because that increases the hormones that allow for fruiting each season. So I don't mind the bent over branches. Also, the bent over branches mean that I can reach the fruit. But what do I just want to show you? Take a look. You see, this is a short tree. It's a short tree. And this year, I got about 20 kilos of navel oranges. Last year, I received about the same. The year before that, I received about half of that, but of course the tree was much, much younger. Yes, this is a very young tree. It is 8 years old? 8 years old, something like that. It was 4 years when I got it, and then 4 years, it's 9 years old. It's a 9-year-old tree, and it is producing a lot. And as you can see, look at how short it is. The phone is at my shoulder length. I'm standing on a couple of boards. But why am I showing you this? Trees do not need to be high. They don't need to be tall. It's okay for them to bush out. Hold on, let me show you something. You see this? This tree is going sideways. It's growing tall, but it's also growing out. And it will probably get much, much larger than it is as the years go on, just like my beautiful lemon trees that are producing a lot as well. My lemon trees produce hundreds and hundreds of ripe lemons every year. But of course they are 25 years old, 20 years old, 25 years old and 20 years old. So, you know, at that age, I would expect them to be producing a lot. But do you see this? This is more like a large bush. And the reason is because I don't fertilize it. Nope, don't fertilize it at all. I just, let the chickens around here. I give it mulch every now and then. I haven't given it mulch for 2 years, though, because it hasn't needed it, because it's shading itself and the chickens are around. But, hold on, let me get out of the sun. But I don't give it any extra food. Nope, I don't. There's a rose bush living here nearby. It needs a little bit of help, the rose bush. It was not doing very well. I transferred it from the farm, and it went through a hard time. But now it seems to be doing great, so yay! And then, of course, I've got the hibiscus here. The hibiscus is growing really tall. And one of the reasons that the hibiscus is growing really tall is because, look at the shade. Look at these orange trees. These citrus fruit are actually helping the hibiscus, in water and nutrients under the ground. But also because these trees are here, the hibiscus has to grow taller in order to get the sunlight. And that's perfectly fine because I like being here on this small deck or looking out my living room window and seeing the hibiscus flowers over my citrus trees. So the next time somebody says, oh, well, you don't have enough room for a citrus tree, what are you talking about? I have here maybe 2 meters by 2 meters of space here, and I am getting around 20 kilos of oranges a year in just this 2 by 2 meter space. I don't have to worry about it growing tall. And besides that, citrus trees, you can prune them to keep them short. That's fine. But the important thing is to have enough branches. You want it to branch out. I have not pruned this. As you can see, it's very, very thick. I have not pruned this. And the reason I haven't pruned this, just like I have not pruned my lemon tree for the first 20 years of its life, is because I want those branches. I want those hormones. I want the fruit production. And I want it done naturally. And living here in Israel means the sun is really strong. So the more shade that these can get on the ground level and in the understory, the better it is for the tree. So I just want you to understand, you don't really need an incredible amount of space in order to grow orange trees. You really, really don't. Here's another example of a tree that is not too tall. You see, it is only just taller than I am. It has not become as bushy as the navel orange tree. This is a tangerine tree, and I have been picking fruit off of this tree for the past 2 months. And as you can see, it still has plenty there. And then here's another one. You see? You can get loads of fruit, loads and loads of fruit off of a small tree. I want to show you another tree. I want to show you another one. Do you see? This is a Washington apple tree. Look at it. It's my height. Yep, it's just slightly taller than me, not much. See that? It has one branch that bushed out, but it's also full of oranges. These oranges will be ripe enough very soon. But as you can see, you don't need, this is the pear tree, you see all the leaves have been blown off of it. But as you can see, you do not need humongous trees in order to grow tons and tons of citrus fruit. Wow, that was heavy. All right, 5.8 kilos, 5.8 kilos. And I have been picking these tangerines for the last 2 months. So again, I'm going to say it's about double of this. That's a lot. 11.2 kilos for such a small tree. Not bad. And I still have more to pick on that tree. And I have the oranges to pick on this tree. And I have the oranges to pick on this tree. So I think I'm set for this season. Lovely oranges, look at that. Until next time.